Welcome back, YouTube. Today we're actually going to be departing from the normal line of reviews and type of subject matter I normally cover. And I'm going to go off the limb a little bit here. We're going to do a knife review. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a knife expert. I'm not even close. However, I've always viewed knives as being one of those things that, for one, if you're going to buy a knife, make sure it's something you can use. Make sure it's an investment grade quality knife. Now, with that being said, today the knife we're going to be discussing is Cutco's flagship hunting knife. Okay, and they just call it the hunting knife. It doesn't have a model number or anything like that. It comes with a gift box, leather sheath, as you can see right here, which is very nice. And if you don't know about Cutco, they've been around for quite some time. Uh, Basically, they have several sporting knives in their line, but this is probably, in my opinion, their most useful besides their fillet knife. Let me reposition the camera. We're going to talk about a few of the features this knife has. All of Cutco's knives are, let's just say in a word, they're very, very sharp. Okay? What I would probably recommend you guys do after you watch this review, if you're interested in this knife, is to check out some of Cutco's videos that they have on YouTube that show you the tour of their facilities and things like that, because that's going to give you a good idea how these things are made. I'm not going to get into like the types of steel they use and all that crap. Anyhow, but I do want to say that the handles, they are made with injection molds, and then they are with heat. They are binded to the handles. So essentially, they are plastic handles. As you can see, they have a very ergonomic grip to them. I have dressed several deer with this knife, and it has not shown the first sign of getting dull or anything like that. They hold a very good edge. Now, there's one thing I want to talk about with this edge. This is called the double D serrated edge, and essentially it's their signature serrated blade. And of course, the actual edge of the blade stays within those serrations, so that when you're cutting across things like bone or other things that would normally dull another knife, it's supposed to retain the edge extremely well. So you've got the double D serrated edge with a 5.5 inch blade. The overall length of the knife is a little over 10 inches. Cutco also has what's called a forever guarantee, which means that no matter what hands this knife passes through in its lifetime, if there's ever an issue with it, they'll make it right. If it goes dull, they'll sharpen it. If it wears out from neglect or abuse, you can send it back in, and they will actually give you the exact replacement for half the current retail price. And speaking of retail, this knife, as of today, on Cutco's website, the knife retails for $186. Comes with a gift box, and like I said, a very classy leather sheath. They do make a couple of models of knife that, like I said, are not quite as expensive. However, let's see, the drop point hunting knife that they make, you can get those in black and orange, which is, it retails for $100. Now, this particular knife you can get in two colors. One which is classic, which is what you see here, which is a black, and then the other color is pearl. It's more of a white. And in my opinion, it looks more like a kitchen knife than anything else. But it's kind of hard to tell in the video, but it almost has this kind of two-tone look to it. It's got some brown and reddish looking hues in the color of the plastic. It's very, very classic looking. Okay. So I talked about the forever guarantee that these things have. They also offer custom engraving. So if you want to buy this as a gift for somebody, they will engrave it. You'd have to check out their website for more details. You know, either that or, you know, just give one of the reps a call. You know, they're always more than happy to help people out. But look, the one reason I wanted to, you know, basically review this knife is because I think for the money it's a really good buy. If you have the need to buy yourself some like kitchen knives or anything like that, one thing that you can do is you can talk to the Cutco rep, and a lot of times they will throw these knives in for pretty much free. You can get these knives used on eBay for probably as cheap as 60 bucks, 70 bucks, somewhere like that. So I'm just kind of throwing this out there. I've never done knife reviews. I'm not a knife expert by any means, but if you wanted one knife that could just do one heck of a job with anything you're going to throw at it, the Cutco is definitely it. This Cutco hunting knife has seen a lot of use by myself in the field, and it has not shown the first sign of going dull. And like I said, I've probably dressed about 8 deer with this rifle, or I'm sorry, this knife. Dressed about 8 deer with it, and that's full field dressing. You know, skinning them, drawing out the quarters, you know, the whole 9 yards, and you know, cutting the hams, everything. So this knife has not given me the slightest hiccup, and I would recommend it to anyone that's looking for a solid hunting knife. And and like I said, on the second hand end, if you're wanting to spend less than $100 on the second hand end, and with Cutco's lifetime warranty, they'll make it right. So if you get one used and it's dull, just send it back. They'll sharpen it. Or like I said, for half the retail price, you know, they'll make it right there too. So I'm just throwing this out there for, you know, any of you guys that are into knives. So I may do more of these in the future, but to be honest with you guys, I don't really own a lot of knives. So I'm kind of a one knife sort of person. Like, I buy a knife for a certain application and I call it a done deal. So just in case any of you were wondering, this is my go-to knife, you know, and if the world goes to hell and back, and I'm forced to take to the wilderness, this is going to be the knife that is attached to my side. So enjoy.